Okay, so latest venture for the van is going to be laying the floor. Okay, so this job basically needed the subfloor to be in place, and let me show you what I've done so far with the subfloor. Okay, so the subfloor, which is basically underneath here, there's some insulation, a small amount of insulation there, then this plywood, and then I've just sort of sealed around the edges to stop airflow or prevent some airflow. Okay, so this is the subfloor, nice and flat. There are some kind of bits of ridges here that are just not perfectly flat, so that will my solution for that will be, you'll see in a moment. So but this is the clean flat subfloor of the van, and it's all prepared quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is put on this laminate flooring. So this is all going to go, these planks are going to go down, and they will level out any little inconsistencies, any bumps or whatever. These planks are quite sturdy, and I will trim these, and it's going to take some time, I think, because I've got all these little areas to cut around. There's lots of little details around on the edges. Once I've sort of done the edges, and then it should go in quite quickly. The other thing I've got to do, this particular laminate, or maybe all laminates, but mainly this one, is not actually waterproof. But chatting to the guys at Laminate Depot, okay, if you're interested in some really good value laminate, that is a good place to check out online. Laminate Depot. I got this stuff for about half price, so I was very, very pleased. And they were very knowledgeable as well, those guys, and they helped me choose the right thing. Excuse me. So basically, the guy said that when it comes to waterproofing, it's actually the edges that cause the problem. So when you've got two planks put together, it's actually the line between that the water seeps into, and then sort of bulges out and distorts over time. So he recommended that you can waterproof your floor with some basically waterproof sealant to put along the edges. So I've got some of that, and I'm going to see how that goes. And that means that this floor should be all level, stable and waterproof, which basically means that should I get any spillages or any sort of water that doesn't get swept up straight away, over time it should not actually damage or warp the floor. So that's the beginning, and I will keep you updated as to the floor's progression. I'm thinking it might take 2 or 3 days to get this down. You never know, it depends how quick I work, I guess. Right, tune back in a minute. So the next stage on the laying out of the laminate is to align the laminate so that it looks right. And this is how I've got. This is where I've got so far. Okay, they've got to get between these pair who have come for inspect my work so far. Let's get in there. And okay, so here we go. I'm just laying it out at the moment. Nothing's fixed down. And this is the central line. That's the central line, mark that in the center there. And I want the middle plank to line up with the center, so that's the middle line, middle line there, and the plank right in the middle. And then I'm just set these out right to the corner, and I've got to cut a very small slither to put in the edge there. So just setting things out at the moment, so that when it all goes in place, hopefully it all looks symmetrical, but also random, because let me show you again. You don't want the joints all lining up, so you create a staggered place where the joints are like every third or something, so that it's sort of it looks a little bit higgledy-piggledy. Right, on to the next stage. Random. So here we have a little bit of progress. We have these these bits here on the edge there, just squeezed into the gap, all custom cut, waiting to be glued in. There we go. That's taken best part of half a day of measuring and fine-tuning and fettling. It all takes a long time. all these little things take a continuous cut back and forth, making little adjustments until it's all right. So, and of course that line has to be perfectly straight as well. And it also, as I build the planks in and add the planks going in, it's all got to culminate so that the middle plank occupies the middle spot along that central line as well. So there's quite a lot to think about, and I think I've pretty much prepared pretty well. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to glue those little strips in now. So the van floor is 99.9% complete, and here we have it. So this is the laminate light beige oak flooring now in situ. There we go. Let's just have a little look around from this side. So it's all been neatly cut all around the little edges. Takes a long time to do those little details. That's the hole where the wires go down, that runs in this invisible channel under the floor, comes out there to be able to transfer the electric from the electric zone where the batteries are over to this point here, which will be to fuel something like a fridge. Okay, so there it is. How did it go down? It wasn't easy, I have to say, because I put this sealant between the floorboards, so I put like a waterproof sealant so that if I get water on it, apparently this is going to aid its ability to repel water, and it basically means that if I get water into these cracks, it won't swell up and distort. So that's the plan anyway. So, but it just meant it wasn't quite as snug sometimes, and my inexperience of laying these laminate floors sort of showed up a little bit as well. So not too bad all in all. So let me just flip the camera around. So that's my progress update on laying the laminate floor. So we now have a foundation for the rest of the build, which will be installing wires into the walls. Next job. Subscribe, like. See you on the next one.